from the Treat Centre. Nice to have you with us.
Aquí already? Change your filter. What filter you want? Quick. What filter you want?
Commitment to continuously engage you and to keep you informed as we implement our plans to rebuild our beloved country for the benefit of all. We also pledge regular and active consultations. So this is why we are here this evening to engage you, the people, in an interactive and consultative forum. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a time of turbulence. During the past 2 years, the world has experienced a series of crises which have severely affected the way of life of all peoples everywhere. A food crisis, a fuel crisis, a financial crisis, and now an unemployment crisis is now sweeping through all countries of the world. Everyone is at risk as we endure this very unusual situation. Indeed, even here in Grenada, there are some families where both breadwinners who only a month ago had good paying jobs are now on the breadline. We in Grenada, and indeed all of us in the OECS, have felt the impact, particularly through price increases in virtually everything. Thankfully, fuel prices have fallen in the past few months. Furthermore, many have experienced a reduction in much needed monies from family members living overseas. As we sat in our homes and viewed the financial turmoil in the United States, many were unaware that very soon we would also be addressing a similar crisis in our front yard. However, recent developments with CL Financial demonstrate that we are vulnerable to the global crisis, as many Grenadians have invested very heavily in that company and its affiliates. I wish to assure persons affected that your government, in partnership with other governments across the region, is working to resolve this issue. It is a regional problem and requires a regional solution. I expect to provide more information on this issue very soon. Already, the government of Trinidad and Tobago has moved expeditiously to address this situation. The government of Barbados has also taken certain steps. Further, our regional regulators are now working together to ensure better regulation of the insurance sector in our region. We in Grenada have also begun to feel the effects of the economic downturn. Most of the large tourism development projects have slowed down or stopped due to lack of financing. Tourist arrivals have declined, bank liquidity has tightened, and some jobs have been lost. In addition, we have also found ourselves saddled with burdens inflicted by the previous administration. On assuming office, we found unpaid claims of $53 million to suppliers of building materials and local building contractors, truckers, caterers, and other suppliers. Of this sum, $37 million was accumulated in the 60 days leading up to the general elections. I repeat, of this sum, $37 million was accumulated in the 60 days leading up to the general elections. In an attempt to ensure that our local business continue to operate on a stable footing, we immediately moved to satisfy the claims and reduce this figure by $41 million by the end of December 2008. We still have $12 million more to pay. During 2008, $28 million in back pay alone was paid to public servants and teachers. Government pensions were also increased. At the same time, increased monthly interest payments on loans restructured by the NNP administration are also being paid. Moreover, these interest charges continue to mount with every passing month. For example, in 2008, interest payments were $8 million. In 2009, interest payments will be $18 million. Earlier this month, on March 15th, government made a major payment of $9 million to service these restructured debts. The fulfillment of these commitments, together with the ongoing monthly obligations of wages, salaries, and pensions, have put tremendous pressures on our cash flow. Yet, in the face of these challenges, your government has taken several bold and decisive steps aimed at stimulating economic activity, alleviating the cost of living, and easing the burden of the poor and vulnerable. Permit me to state, for the record, some of the things that we have done so far. We have removed the National Reconstruction Levy, putting back $10 million of disposable income in the hands of ordinary Grenadians. We have offered a tax amnesty to give businesses and individuals a chance to make a fresh start. We have implemented the free school books program at a cost of $10 million. We have increased the monthly allowance under the public assistance program from $150 to $200. We have also given tax credit opportunities to hoteliers and developers in the tourism sector who assist with our ELIF program. We have extended tax credits to businesses for approved human resource development and training. We have granted concessions to all Grenadians under the duty-free barrels program effected in the months leading up to Christmas. We have reached an agreement with the bus owners to offer a reduction in taxes on tires for buses. We have implemented all of these actions have contributed towards easing the financial burden on all our citizens and are completely in line with the commitments given in our election manifesto to the people of this country. These efforts by your government have been recognized and applauded. Only 1 week ago, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, had this to say about our efforts, and I quote, "Reflecting the strong measures taken after the new government took office in July 2008, the authorities have made significant progress with the economic program, including a sizable improvement in the fiscal balance. The mission welcomed the government's success in bringing down the large stock of unpaid claims," unquote. As a result of our demonstrated commitment and progress, the IMF mission has indicated the intention to recommend that we have successfully completed the 3rd review. More importantly, this recommendation will lead to a higher disbursement of funds. Indeed, subject to IMF board approval, we expect the disbursement to Grenada to double to approximately $25 million this year. Further, our good performance would unlock approximately